Welcome to Framework Fortune and welcome back Framework Fortune community. I'm your host Ben and we have our co-host H&H Trader in the building. What's up, Hal? How's it going?
Wearing my red on a non-trading day,
Yeah,
keeping it
apparently
real.
both of us, we both, I guess, got the memo to dress in red for this episode, so that's great. It's time for the last strip, and we're going to recap the trades we took on Friday. Maybe look for some swings, possibly next week, I don't know, and talk about the giant ripper of this week and probably continue into next week, DWAC. But let's not waste any more time and dive into the SPY. You guys know how this works. So the SPY actually had all new highs on Friday, to my amazement, but then sold off the rest of the day. So now we're sitting here at all new highs after this nice rebound, and we're dojing out basically. I mean, looks to me like clear trend reversal. Monday we should see it come down, but I guess it will depend on Monday, because if it opens up green and pushes above the body of both of these candles, that 450 area, then the SPY could continue to push for new highs.
Yeah, one of the things I don't like about those kind of indecision candles like that is, one, it closed to the high side, so it didn't close low. It wasn't like the shorts were winning. Even though it's an indecision candle, you can kind of tell what kind of happened on that daily chart. Just looking at that top and bottom wick, it
Mm-hmm.
just kind of looks like the longs were still had the battle. So I think it's gonna go higher.
Now there's the 15-minute. You can see it did downtrend all day after hitting those highs, but even when it dropped pretty hard after that little sell-off, it bounced right back up. So we'll see. I mean, that's the thing with indecision candles. It's hard to tell until the following day, whether or not it's going to rebound or not. So I'm saying we drop. Hal's saying we go up. You guys let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll see who's right. All right, so on to the trades. Now, Hal, you took quite a bit of trades. You said you traded
So
UONE.
yeah, I traded. So for the low floats, UONE was a very low float, and when it fell down, I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance. I got in very small size because I didn't want to waste money because there were bigger movers like PHUN and DWAC.
Mm-hmm.
And these low flows had just a little bit of volume, but the thing is, at the open, everything was ripping, everything
Oh
was
yeah.
halted. So I was like, all right, well, if everything wants to do that, I'll buy a little bit of these low flows and just see if it rips. So I just did that. Waited till they fell. Bought low, especially on UONE. UONE, I bought this downward dip in here. Is this the 15-minute or 5 minute?
This is a 5 minute.
Um, we can go to the 15-minute and I can show you exactly where I got in there. All right, so yeah, this one I bought on that green candle. UONE.
Right
The
here.
first one after that big pull down, that candle you're on right now, that
Yep.
green one is the one I bought on and took the profits on it, went ahead and cut it because I just wanted to see, hey, this thing was super low float. I believe
Mm-hmm.
it was 3 million in the float, and it with everything shooting like it was, and this was one of the ones that was moving during the beginning of the COVID move. And so I was like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, well, if it wants to get back up there, I'll take a little size. And so I just took profit on this one because it kind of got weak. It kind of lost out to the bigger movers on the day, but still was a nice green on that
So
candle right there.
where'd you get in on this candle? I mean,
I
I'm
I
assuming you
got
either
in
got towards the
on the
bottom or
open.
half.
No, I got in about the bottom. The bottom, what's the price on the bottom?
Nine fifty.
Around that 945. Once I saw it hold up that previous 15 there,
Yeah.
that red candle there, I was like, all right, this is a low float. It can definitely get up and get going. So I got in there. I just moved my stop up with it as it was going up, and I got stopped out, but it was still green.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, but I
It's had a
just
nice
gave that one a
daily
chop.
chart too.
Yeah, it was.
Very
Yeah,
nice
it was.
daily chart.
Yeah, it looked okay, and I was expecting to get more movement out of it, but it just lost out to the other volume draws, I guess you can say.
Yeah. No, we saw a lot of that. I mean, like you said, there was rips all over the market yesterday morning.
The next one was MDIA, and I traded these while the other stuff was halted. So it was literally because they were the only thing moving. So on MDIA, it jumped out of there, out of the open, and I waited for it to dip. And it
Okay,
dipped
you
on
played it.
down. Yeah, and I got in right around that 825 ish level, 825, 830 level up there, and it kept actually. I got in on this red candle here, on
This
that
one?
red 15. Go back a little bit to, yeah, that one right there. Got in
Okay.
right around there, 830 level, because it looked like it had a little wick coming back up, and I was like, all right, well, my stop out will be the bottom, and I'll hold that until it falls out. But it just didn't go anywhere at first and not quick enough. And so I was focused on PHUN at this point. So I just sold that and got out. But it did look like it kept going up a little bit.
You got up to that $9 area, so there's a little profit you could have got off of it. Just a slow
Yeah, I just
mover.
took, yeah. And then the next one was DATS.
Oh, DATS. Okay.
Yep. DATS out of the open, big moves up. After the crash, I was looking to enter here. Crash down. Yeah, right up in there is where I entered. That's what I was looking for. I was like, I'll just wait till it crashes. And it crashed, and I was like, all right, I'll buy the bottom. And I gave it a little play up there, got that little nice push on there, and sold the top of that right there and got out.
Nice. So this is your
Um,
bounce strategy. You just been letting the market play itself out till everything's done ripping. Go to the low
yep,
floats that have started hitting the bottom and just getting those nice little bounces off of them. Looks like it's
yep.
working out pretty well for you.
And same thing with PFUN. PFUN, same thing, ripped out of the open. And I was like, I'm not gonna touch it. Not gonna touch it. It fell down. It fell all the way down, and I bought the first green candle off the bottom is the one that I bought
Yeah, right there.
right there. Entered there and got that profit up there. Held it, took a little bit off for a little bit, and then I think I stopped trading. It was about 11:25 ish, so I cut the stream right before that big green, so I missed that, but I did
Nice.
get that profit off the bottom.
Nice. Yeah, you can see I traded this as well. This was after the stream. I just happened to see it came down and started rebounding back across this little $8 area, so I hopped in on that candle. And I did have a little run up. I could have locked in a little profit there, but it was kind of, consolidating, looking like it may try to push up again. And I held it. Had a stop. I moved my stop loss up, and then you see I got stopped out a little bit over my entry. So it was a small profit, nothing big there.
Yep.
But I was looking for it to try to break again and just couldn't. But they can
Yeah.
see that support I had
Where
drawn
it's
right
gonna
across
bounce to.
pre-market.
I didn't
Huh?
know where it was gonna bounce to. Once it hit that 5, I was like, I'm getting in. I was like, I
Yeah,
know it's
well,
coming
that's
back
the
up, but I don't know where it's going. It bounced from the 5 back up to the 10. It just took a while to get there, and I wasn't willing to wait.
yeah. It did take a little while. It was a pretty decent bounce there. Yeah, that's any other trades you took.
I believe that is all of them.
All right, so you were pretty much wins on every single trade.
Yeah, well, wait. Except that MD,
Oh, the MDIA you got out a little early because it took so long. Yeah.
and the U1. I took two trades, two entries on U1. Yeah, because I added when it came down, and then I added back into it to look to see if it can get up, but it just, yeah, it threw a wick down there, and I got stopped out for red. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever.
Nice, but still a
But
green
still,
day.
yeah, still green overall on the day. All the reds got covered by the green.
Nice. And then I traded. This was besides the one we just looked at, PHUN. I traded DWAC in pre-market. So I was up pretty much at 3. Saw this pop up to 94, and I was like, okay, let's see if it can come back down a little bit. I already had this trend line drawn because it just rode this trend line. And when it came back and dipped right here, let's see, what was my entry? Let's go into Trader Sync. My exact entry was 770.55. 77.55. So let's pop back over here. 77.55. Where'd I get? Oh, I got right here. Right when it started coming back up off of this trend line in pre-market. And then I held it, and then it just started exploding right there at market open, right before market open, and got halted when it shot up again out of market open And this halt lasted for a while. It was like 30 minutes. And I was sweating bullets because we don't like 30-minute halts as traders, as day traders. 5-minute halts, we like those. 10-minute halts, okay. 30-minute halts, there's a lot of halts that last 30 minutes or so that can end up lasting for months. So that's what I
Yeah.
was concerned about. Well, when this thing came out of this halt, it immediately gapped up to 175 right there at that high, and then immediately dropped back down and stopped and halted. This was in a split second. I mean, after being halted for 30 minutes, it opens up, split second, gap up, drop real quick, and halted again. And so right here, I was like sweating. I was like, I did not have a chance to lock this out where I wanted to. I got to lock this out. And it finally opened again for about 5 seconds, and it shot up there, and I was able to get out around $1.57. I just marketed ordered out just to get out of it, and as soon as I marketed ordered out, this thing halted again to the downside. Like it was within a split second, like a half a second of me getting out, that it got halted. So this was a crazy play. The only reason why I traded it after it ran so much yesterday was because it was still on this trend line and it held up and had that nice little bounce in pre-market. So
Nice.
I was able to lock in a $321 profit on there. Let's switch to Trader Sync here. You can see that on 4 shares. So entry 77.55, exit 157.96, and this was only on 4 shares of this stock. So you can see on the Trader Sync here, all this information it gives you. We are now partnered with Trader Sync. There's way more than this, but you will be able to do a lot with this program. We'll talk about a little bit more here in just a second. But yeah, nice one on DWAC. I don't think DWAC is done by a long shot. I mean, it sold off. Well, it did have a nice bounce there. That bounce was from what, 68 up to 116, so still the volatility in this thing, I think, is going to stay in there. I think we're going to see it still hot next week. The Wall Street bets apes, a lot of them are starting to really push this. You know, I don't know
Yeah.
how high it's going to go or how low it's going to go, but all I know is this volatility is going to make for plenty of quick scalps and opportunities. Because
Yeah.
these candles are big.
Well, what I was gonna say, like you said, you don't know how high or low it's gonna go. I think it's got a lot of downwards potential. But the thing is, I don't know if they've opened up the short, and I know it doesn't have any options on it. So that can be some big factors too. If they do open up shorts, boy, 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 those shorts are gonna have a field day with this thing.
I don't know, man. It could cause a short squeeze. It depends. That's the thing. I've already been thinking about that. When they open up shorting on this, I know people are going to short like crazy. But if this turns into a big political war where you've got where you've got people who hate Trump trying to short this to take him down, and then he's got all his buddies coming in, and then Wall Street's bets is coming in. This could be like one of the most epic short squeezes in history, possibly. A very small possibility, but I think with the hype that is behind this and the polarization, I think this is not going to be done for a while. So there's no reason to me to try to get in and just hold, because there's plenty of opportunities where you're going to be able to make bounce plays, breakouts. If you are shorting, you'll be able to get your shorting on. Like, this thing is liquid, and I think we're going to see it continue to be very liquid. A lot of money making opportunities, but at the same time, just as quick as this thing goes up, as you can see, as quick as it goes down. So you don't want to be buying at any tops, and you want to keep your stop losses tight, because this is a stock that is an account maker and an account destroyer at the same time. But other than that, I mean, there was so many different things ripping Monday. I don't even know. Like, it'll take us forever to cover all these stocks. And you just see runs after runs, CTRD, COMS, and after hours, GROM, CTIB, SALM,
Yeah.
GROMW, BTCY, like just everything going nuts at that first part of the day. And then this one, here's another one that ripped in the middle of the day. So we had rips, giant rips all throughout the day.
That's why I bought those low floats just to hold to see what they wanted to do at the beginning. I bought a little bit, but I mean, look at that. On a little bit would have still paid out nice.
Yeah, if you got this at, say $11 and you only went 10 shares, so 10 times 11 is like $110, and then this runs to $18. 10 shares, that's a $80 profit right there on
Yeah.
$100. So you can make money off of these type of big rips with low risk, like you're saying. I think that's kind of what your strategy has been, is not go too heavy because we're in this volatile market. But
Yeah,
get
well, I'll go heavy. It just depends on the volatility. If it's already moving big and it's getting liquidity, I feel better about putting more size in it.
hmm
Low liquidity and kind of low range, a smaller range scares me.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, you
I
want
like
that
to I
big
like to see
range.
physics work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's pretty much what I think. I think this is going to carry over into next week. This was by far the hottest day in day trading that we've had probably all year. Maybe in the last, well, there's a lot of hot days last year, but this is probably the hottest day of the year yesterday.
Yeah.
I'd go as far as to say that because we have not seen that type of action in months.
Yeah, what, like five tickers over 200%?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like you got rips all over the place. It was a money day, and that's the day you let it fly. So I know a lot of people did make some money in the live stream chat. Congratulations to everybody who killed DWAC, PHUN. You guys were all over it. It's one of those days for everybody to make money. So if you lost money, figure out what you did wrong, and why you were on the wrong side of a day like that, where you literally had plenty of time, like so many opportunities to nail some plays. Other than that, I don't really think there's anything worth watching the swing at the moment, because DWAC, like I said, is going to keep all the eyes on it, and we'll probably see these other following plays, these social media plays like PHUN and stuff, get that sympathy like they was getting yesterday.
I'm just looking for the dips, man. Give me the dips.
So we will see what happens. Any last words for him, Hal, to start
Man,
off Money Monday next week?
it's a super crazy market right now. If it's going to spice up going towards the Christmas season, it's gonna be crazy. Because if this is the beginning, it's what, October right now. Going
Mm-hmm.
into November, December may be quite spicy. So get your pocketbooks ready
Yep,
to grow some
and
accounts.
yeah, and from my experience, towards the end of the year, getting towards Christmas, October, November, December is usually very, very volatile and very hot in the low float market. So this should be the spark that we needed to get that started. It may not slow down at all for the rest of the year. It should be interesting. So that's it for this weekend episode of The Last Rip. We are now officially, announcement, all of that, partnered with Trader Sync. So there will be a link in the description. This thing is incredible if you are all about that data, which how you're all about that data. Why don't you give them a quick little chat about this thing and how all this stuff that you got that you can do.
Yeah, so when it comes to automation, it comes to making or categorizing your trades into, I mean, it could be anything. Like I set up some folders for my FOMO trading. I have specific folders set up for, or tags put on, just for FOMO, any kind of mistakes that I see, early exits, all of that. And I'm pretty sure we'll be detailing this platform some more, maybe on its own separate video. But man, I really like Trader Sync. Oh man, it
Yeah,
is
and
it
if
is
you
exactly what I was looking for. And I was with TraderView. I've been with TraderView since 2000. I started journaling in like 2017, maybe 17, 18 ish. I started really getting to the journaling thing. But boy, Trader Sync was a step up, a nice little upgrade on it.
I was just going to say, I am not a big journaler, but I am going to be using this because the ease of use, and you will be able to see a lot of data to really tighten your strategies. If there is something that can really help you grow yourself as a trader, this is going to show you all your mistakes and teach you all the information about yourself, which is very important because this is a psychological game and you've got to be psychologically prepared yourself. And you can just go here and just figure out, what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and how to keep doing the right things and not do the wrong things. Like, it's really is an amazing program. So we'll, like Hal said, we'll be talking about it more. We'll be using it a lot, both of us, because it is very nice. Link in the description below. And that's pretty much it for this episode of The Last Rip. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. We'll be back Monday morning for more live stream trading on both channels. If you haven't yet, check out H&H Traders channel. Link in the description as well. Appreciate everybody joining us as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.